Hello and welcome back. We are going to be going into round 2 of 20XX. I am Weef and I'm here with my wonderful partner, casting partner, Broken Pinky, and
We're not dating, I promise.
Alright.
But yeah, we're here for round 2 of 20XX. We're going to be watching Nightmare versus the Hood here. Both of these are pretty strong teams. I believe Nightmare's also Div 1, or maybe even higher, I don't know. But these are incredibly strong teams. Weef, what are you thinking of this set to come?
I am excited. It's if the first match was anything to go off of, this is going to be fantastic. Yeah, just really great. I believe you are correct in saying that Nightmare is Div 1. They did get knocked out in the first round of playoffs, but still, top 8 in Div 1 is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. So these guys are definitely going to put on a show.
But I just want to quickly mention this is 20XX. This is a prize pool tournament. You might have noticed that prize pool has gone up a little bit because yes, you guys can donate to that prize pool. Shout out to the few people. I think we got 2 $20 donos. Shout out to you guys. Make sure to donate if you want to. But with that being said, we're just going to get right into it here on Clamless Museum. We see the leader on the side of the Hood as opposed to Double Splash Machine T-Tech on the side of Nightmare.
Yeah, a bit of a more aggressive comp versus a comp that's going to be amazing at holding mid here with that E-Leader's able to see everything. You are not going to be able to hide from them. So we're going to see how this open and big fight goes. And already, wonderful pick from the side of the Hood onto Nightmare, which does lead them into Nightmare going 2 down, which is going to put the Hood at a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, but notably, I would like to talk about the specials coordinations here because right now the Hood has that V Junior with that big bubbler, but considering Nightmare has 4 weapons that all have specials that really shred that bubbler, I'm not sure how much value the Hood is going to get out of it. But regardless, the Hood is pushing up incredibly quickly. They already have 3 on Nightmare's plat. This machine is going for this 1v1. They do win it over the T-Tech. Storm not quite able to make it happen, and that's a huge pick for the Hood right now. The crab is going to pop right on top of the machine, but the machine still gets it nonetheless. Beautiful pick. Machine is going to go down, but gets 2 huge picks. And the Hood is able to pop that basket, but they don't have a lot of people to get more clams in there.
Yeah, no, the E-Leader wisely backs out there before Nightmare would have collapsed on them. But that is a little bit of a push. They do get a few points there, but that does give Nightmare a pretty clam to work with. And it gave them a ton of mid control since they weren't able to sustain that push. They were just able to come right back out, and they're already taking advantage of it. You said that big bowler would get shredded, and it definitely did right there. But Nightmare is starting to back up into mid, but they still have the grounds for a very strong push if they play their cards right.
Yeah, I think Museum Clams is one of the best clamless maps that's hard to get to that basket because it is quite a long journey to get all the way through the enemy plat in order to get to that basket at the very end. But if you can get there and if you can get a strong hold, it can be devastating. And that's kind of the ebb and flow of Museum Clams where one team pushes up a little too far, they get wiped out, and that gives the other team a chance for a push. But the team that just got wiped has time for defense. It's a very interesting sort of play that we don't really see on a lot of stages in this game. But one tries to go over the flank of the machine gets taken out, gets caught out. This crab is trying to find his T-Tech, but Storm is staying alive just barely. But this assault from the Hood is very hard for Nightmare to try to push into.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes into the game and we've only seen one real push and not even a sustained push. So it's been a big slogfest in neutral here as these teams just vie for the basket. Like you said, it's very difficult to get there, but Nightmare is doing it with a wipeout and plenty of clams on the board. They're going to go ahead and get a 60-point push with more to come if it's anything to look at by their specials and the amount of clams that they have.
Yeah, beautiful crab spot on the side of Nightmare on that upper Great Bridge. Incredibly difficult for the Hood to contest, and you see how much difficulty they have contesting it. And Nightmare, off that push and from that crab's momentum, is able to get it down to 20, get it down to 19 even further. I don't think they'll be able to get any more clams in, but getting a push down to 19 as your first in the game is definitely strong. And Nightmare still has 2 minutes to make another strong push, and they're still on the Hood's plat, still applying pressure up there as the Hood tries to move back into mid.
Yeah, patience wears off if you're waiting for the perfect opportunity to push in clams. You do get stuff like that where you just get, 80 points, 81 points actually, all the way right off the bat in, about 20 seconds. So that's the power of a nice coordinated push where you get plenty of control and look, they're still there. They're still applying pressure. The Hood cannot even think about going back into mid right now with only their leader and their splash player up, and Nightmare is looking like they're going to go for it soon yet again.
Yeah, patience is a virtue, but their ball carry did get taken out. They do still have more balls at the ready. I think they're going for a jump. No, they're not quite able to get it, but they're still just applying pressure on that basket. They're still popping it multiple times, but notably, they gave the Hood another pity to work with. It's a free power clam for them. They can use that to convert to a lot of momentum, but Nightmare's had all the control of this game, or at this point in the game, and there's only a minute left for the Hood to respond, and they have to get it all the way down to 18 or lower.
Yeah, it's not looking great for them. I'm going to keep it 100. Look, they do have a few specials to get out of mid, but they have to actually use them in a very coordinated manner in order to get here. And Nightmare is still just putting so much pressure in mid. They're not giving up space no matter what, which is just huge. And look at that. Like, the two members of the Hood go down immediately. That's the leader going to be gone. That's going to be their ball carrier. And Nightmare gets another one in. They're definitely collapsing on them, and they're going to get that super jump in. Only a few points left until they KO here. Can they get the clams in time is going to be the question.
Yeah, they just need 2 more clams. They have 2 clams. They throw it in there, and Nightmare taking a very strong game 1 over the Hood. After 3 minutes of not a lot of action, Nightmare said, we're done being patient. We're just going to come at you with full force, and with great use of that mid spinner, Nightmare is able to take game 1 over the Hood.
Yeah, what a very dominant showing from Nightmare there, showing that they definitely deserve their placing in their div versus the Hood there. Just awesome play. That first push is exactly what you want in a Clam Blitz game. You don't get much better than that. Just being able to hold for such a sustained amount of time with their well-timed specials, it's just awesome.
I mean, just wonderful play from Nightmare all around, and just beautiful on that defense to make sure the Hood could only get the power claim in and nothing more, and beautiful on that offense, just really suffocating the Hood. And now the Hood has to respond here on Zone's Inkblot, or they're going to lose the set. And what are some of your thoughts on this stage?
It has a very cramped mid with that tower, which does make it interesting because the zone is decently sized, but you have to work around all of that cover and all of the other blocks to really make it work. I think we're going to see the E-Leader again. I think that is, even though these sightlines aren't the best, you'll still see it on this map. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nightmare stuck with their guns with that incredibly aggressive comp that they have, since, it can work pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Nightmare just has an incredibly versatile comp, and the Hood had a lot of difficulties with their comp. I feel like they were just losing a lot of fights, and their either could not get a lot of value off of it, and that Junior just kind of got shredded for a lot of that game. So I'm interested to see if the Hood is going to opt to change their comp and their strategy a little bit, because Inkblot, you can just get locked onto your plat so easily. It's just such a strong choke point, but we're going to have to see their answer here and now. They answer with the 52 gal instead of that Junior. Nightmare opting to bring a 52 gal of their own to this battle.
Yeah, no more T-Tech. They decided to bring out the 52, and something must be in the air for them. Both of these teams be choosing 52. They're looking for those walls. They're looking for the incredibly fast kill time that it has. And right off the bat, we're seeing Nightmare out here going ahead to charge a crab and already getting 3 down. Wow.
Yeah, that's just an immediate wipeout for Nightmare, and they're pushing in quickly onto that plat. They already have 2 onto the plat of the Hood, and this is where that lockout can start. If they can somehow make a jump out of that mushroom and get a crab on there, that would be devastating, but they're just content to hold it and just stay strong. This machine is taking control of the slick area, trying to stop any drops that are happening, but the Hood is responding with some specials. Here comes the whale and the crab, trying to pick off as many members of Nightmare as possible.
I don't know if you saw that, but that crab got immediately shredded, even all the way up on that snipe, and the Hood is once again 2 down with no specials on the board. It's only going to be that leader who's going to be, really struggling to maintain control all by themselves. Just if they get rushed down, it's pretty over for them. But, Nightmare still has that booyah on the board. I'm guessing they're pretty close to crab too, and they're already on like 20 points left on the board. They have that crab. They're going to be able to hold it for just a little bit longer here, it looks like.
Yeah, but that Booyah got off the board quickly as that machine died, and now the Hood is trying to contest the zone. Nightmare still has the majority of the paint, and they're going to get that cap, but the Hood can still respond. They just need to get a pick, but instead it's the Hood that gets picked. This zone timer is taken down, and Nightmare is going to take the set with the clean 2-0 over the Hood, absolutely dominating them in that game too.
How long did that set take? That took like 5 minutes max. No, very, very fast set, especially with this zones game where Nightmare once again showed what they are made of, showed that they go down and don't give up space, but that's gonna be the set going to them. Super dominant showing from them.
Yeah, that was just incredible speed. They were done with waiting in that game 1. They waited for 3 minutes and they said, we're not waiting anymore for the rest of that set. And that is a clean 2-0 over the Hood. Exactly what you want to see in a tournament as big and as prestigious as 20XX.
Yeah, 100%. And so that, yeah.
It's definitely a rough showing for the Hood here. I mean, they kind of got rolled over here, but there's still some time left in Swiss. They have a few more chances to run it back, but Nightmare showing to be an incredibly strong team very early on in this bracket.